I honestly have never even thought about looking into the history of Leonardo, and then watching this, I was like, there is so much interesting information in here that I just did not know. Aidan, obviously playing the title character, what would you say was the most interesting thing that you learnt about him?
I think there were a lot of things. I think we're all aware of his bigger works of art and some of his inventions and different things like that. But I guess in researching, there was a lot of his childhood I didn't realize. I didn't realize that he wasn't raised by his parents. He was raised by his grandparents, and it was quite a fraught relationship with his father. He wasn't formally educated. So, I mean, he got into Verrocchio's school, his workshop, when he was quite young with no formal education. And, you know, we're led to believe that a lot of people around him would have had that, would have maybe come from nobility, not just talent got you into that school. So for him to have achieved that already, coming from the background that he had, is quite remarkable. He was quite famous, quite young and wealthy. He wasn't a starving artist for too long. He was gay. There's lots of things I learned from researching and reading different materials.
Yeah, I literally have no idea. And obviously I haven't seen a huge amount of the series yet, so I guess there's still a lot for me to learn. Matilda, you are playing, I guess, what is this kind of platonic friend and muse. What is it like? I know you're only playing it on screen, but what is it like being a muse to Leonardo da Vinci, even if it is just on screen?
It's beautiful. It's flattering. I'm a big fan of Leonardo da Vinci, and I was really happy to be his best friend and his muse, whatever that means. And Aidan Turner's muse was, I mean, it was beautiful. And yeah, the relationship between them intrigued me very much, because it's such a modern relationship, you know, between them, and they are a mirror to each other, because Katrina is not only his best friend and muse, but can be also a mother and a daughter and a lover, but in a very platonic way. And telling Leonardo's sexuality was really important to make their relationship stronger and even more interesting. And in the end, I think that the spectators will pray for them to be together, because that's when you can't have something, you want it to happen. So, and that's beautiful, because their relationship is the purest form of love. Yeah. And it's really something unusual for TV series.
And obviously I know it's not well, from what I've seen so far, it's not a joyful role. I feel like he's very, you know, because we're looking at this potential, what is it? I guess I'm gonna say it's not, hopefully not spoiler, but like murder in here. So how did you guys make sure that you were, after everything wrapped, you're going and you're enjoying Rome and you're just kind of lifting yourself out of what can maybe be a tough shoot sometimes?
I don't think it was the emotional, it didn't feel dark to me. I mean, maybe Matilda would, no, you don't disagree.
No.
I feel I mean, you're portraying as truthfully as you can this character in the life that he was living. I mean, I think you're exhausted after a shoot of this length. I mean, that was physically what you feel as the person. You definitely feel that. And it was obviously such a tricky time. And we had shot for about 3 months. And then pandemic happened, and we sort of put down the tools for 3 months, and then went back in June 2020. So it was a very strange environment. I think everyone was a bit exhausted, and you know, it was the unknowing of what was happening and going on, and whether we'd even be able to finish the shoot. If anyone got sick, what would happen? Would we have to shut down? Probably so. Nobody did. It was just a really strange time. I'm just glad that we got it finished when we did. You know, we maybe will be doing it now. I don't think we'd be doing press for it for sure.
I love though in here where, you know, Leonardo is reading Caterina's face, and I wondered how good you guys are at reading each other's face. Like, Aidan, if I got you to look at Matilda and read her face, what would it say about her?
I mean, particularly hard over Zoom though, isn't it? I think we probably got
her face.
She's something of an enigma, I think, Matilda. I don't know. I think it's a lot easier to do when we're in the same room together. I mean, I think we've had a short time. I think we worked really well together. very quickly we just formed a bond, and we were quite close, and we talked a lot, and I think the characters, everything seemed to fit in and work quite well. So I think on some level, maybe an unconscious level, we could sort of read each other. Putting me on the spot and getting her to read her face right now seems almost unfair. I can't, it's impossible.
Matilda, what would you say? What would you say if you had to read Aidan's face?
It's really hard to read Aidan's face. What I liked the most about our relationship, that we were perfectly balanced all day, never thought about something, never thought about an idea. We really connected in a very deep and beautiful way. It was really easy to work with him, and really beautiful. He's such a generous actor, and he always looks at you, never at himself, and that's really difficult to find. So I think what I never read his face, but I think we connected in a deeper way, and that's beautiful for me. Yeah,
that is a beautiful answer. That's a beautiful answer. Is there a joy in doing period dramas? Because we just, especially I know in this country, we love them so much. Like there is a real, like, people just obsessed with them. I know costumes and everything are great, but for you guys doing it, what is the fun of doing a historical drama?
Well, I mean, I suppose for me, like, regardless of the era, I mean, people were always people. I mean, this is focused on, obviously we're 1400s for Leonardo da Vinci, but he was a person. Now, behind these great artworks and inventions, there was the core of a human there. I mean, he's a human being, and I mean, that's what I like when you watch historical dramas, is you think it's another time, you think they were so different, these people, when in fact they probably were not. They had the same insecurities and vulnerabilities as we all have. So I think playing a small part in exposing some of that is always interesting for me. When you see, oh God, I mean, you know, that person was mythical and now they're not, now they're a person. That for me has always been very interesting. Yeah, the obsession that Britain has with, or America for that instance, with costume dramas, period dramas, I don't know. People like them. I mean, they're certainly fun to play in, not just for the costumes, but sets are quite brilliant. I mean, at any stage you can turn around and see this incredible set that's built, and you're dressed in the costume and you're with other actors who are wearing that costume, and you know, you're so close, it feels so close to what it would be, as close as you can get really to what it would have been like to be there. And there are those outer body experiences that sometimes happens where you're like, is this real life?
Yeah, it's pure escapism. But I hope you guys did get to go and enjoy a bit of, like, it was in Rome, wasn't it? You filmed most of it in Rome. So you did a bit of sightseeing while you were there?
Yeah, thankfully I got to see a lot of the city before I couldn't.
Oh, it's one of the most beautiful places in the world for me. I just absolutely love it. Yeah. But good luck with the show, guys, when it comes out, because I'm looking forward to learning more. Like I said, I was so clueless, and I feel like I got an education as well watching this. Thank you so much, guys. Lovely to speak to you, and
thank you
yourselves.